Whenever you have games like this, you're going to have multiple players of the games with all the effort, and you can give game ball to everybody. But tonight's Marion Toyota player of the game and one of the players of the game, Damien Mayo Jr., joins us. He filled out so many key roles tonight for Southern. He does get in the double figures, but chipped in 2 steals, 3 assists, and was just all over the floor in so many ways. Damien, congratulations, man. I know you guys over the last 2 weeks, you've really had to look yourselves in the mirror, make a lot of internal changes. What's it been about the day-to-day process? Everyone sees what the end result is here tonight.
Yeah.
But what happens day-to-day that has led to results like this and for things starting to turn?
For us, mostly just getting in the gym, you know, if that's going to work out, going to practice, going to watch film. But us just getting in the gym and staying together. That's the biggest thing for us right now is just staying together. And I feel like we have just a us versus the world mentality. And once we got that mentality, I feel like we started to trust each other on defense, trust each other on offense, and things just started to move in the right direction.
Look, I know Coach Watson was very impressed with you tonight. We'll get to him in a moment, but you look at on the year, Mayo, before the Missouri State games, I think you had 6 steals all in the year. You had 7 steals in those 2 games alone, and your defensive effort, everything has just seemed different within the last week.
Yeah, yes, sir.
What do you credit that to? What has been the changes from you personally, how you are now to where you were maybe at the start?
For me, I'll say I had to stop feeling sorry for myself in a sense. You know, Coach challenged me, and I really appreciate Coach. He talked to me and, you know, guided me and helped me. And basically, I just wanted to step up to the challenge and have more defensive intensity and be that guy on defense where you can rely on me just to be by myself and not have to rely on help, you know? So these past 2 weeks, or past few weeks actually, I've just been trying to have a different mentality.
On Wednesday, it was very noticeable when you guys switch on ball screen. The world knows that. That's no big secret.
Yes, sir.
But when Missouri State were running a ball screen with Osei Bonsu and you were switching off, and he could not get a catch on you because you'd front him and fight him and had your arms out wide and guard him with your behind on his thighs. Where did that come from, number one, and how much do you think you've influenced your teammates in this defensive surge I should say?
Not trying to be disrespectful. I feel like that it's always been there. It was just me just being mentally ready and mentally preparing and sacrificing for the team. I really say it's my teammates and the coaching staff. Honestly, we all just stayed together, and once we really bought into what the coach is saying and trusting the coaching staff and trusting each other, I feel like that's when everything had to start. Like everything started to click, and it seems like our defensive intensity rose, but it's just us trusting each other, us working through mistakes. Coach Hawk says, "Tango on," you know, keep dancing, keep moving. If you make a mistake, just do it hard. And I feel like that's what we're doing right now, and it's working out for us.
Is it noticeable to you with this change in defense? You're like, the worst thing that can happen is when the play-by-play analyst guy, I mean the radio analyst guy, knows what defense you're going to play every time down. That's a terrible thing for your team, right?
Yeah.
Now you guys will throw. You're throwing traps on the first catch. You're running traps at the half line.
Yes,
you're
sir.
full court, half court. You're doubling at certain points. Do you think that has caused your team to be more connected, where everybody now has to go? You have to rotate,
yes,
or you're going to give up a dunk.
Yeah. So with that being said, having multiple defenses is obviously tough, but it makes you have to do your job. And when everybody win their individual battles, the team win the whole battle. So if one person doesn't do their job, we're going to get on them, we're going to coach them up, but at the same time, we expect you to do your job. And once you hold each other to that standard, that's when you get the change, and that's when you get the more intensity on defense.
Damien, we've been able to see also, I would say, an offensive surge from you in recent weeks, but look, like, there's so many things that you will add in terms of more than just terms of points production. But where do you sense this group coming together from a chemistry standpoint, locker room standpoint? You've always been one of those voices since the summer, but where has that been where you're able to pick your times now much better, and also where you guys are leaning on one another than just being kind of really heavy on your voice?
I wouldn't say it's like individual thing. I just say it's a testament to our squad. Like 3 games ago, Ali went off for some. The last 2 games, Jared had great games. This game, Moo went off. So it shows how each player can play their role and each player can have their game. So with me being in there, it's not necessarily always my time. It's just if I have it just flows in the game. I feel like everybody takes the shots that they're comfortable with, and we're all learning each other. We all finally settling down, knowing what spots each person want to be in, how to put people in great spots, And for us, I feel like that, like I said, going back, us watching film and working out and then staying down, putting our head down and keep grinding and not feeling sorry for ourselves is the biggest difference for us.
In Florida, that seemed like a year ago, right?
Man.
But still, it was only 5-8 weeks or whatever from now. It was. I think we were all wanting so bad for you guys to recognize mismatches in games. And I would ask players, and they really didn't have an answer for me. And that's okay. It was, whatever. But do you see where Ollie can score on people? Do you see where Jared can score, where you can get buckets now? I mean, the cat's out of the bag part. When you get that lane, that's on every scout report now.
Yeah.
Do you think your entire team are seeing that way better? And did it just take that long because you're a new bunch?
I say us being new played a part, but I don't want to make that excuse for us.
I get it.
I feel like it took us a little time to adjust, and like you said, now we're seeing what players need the ball in what spots, how we can make each other better, putting each other in better positions to score, and I feel like that's coming easier to us now. And I put a lot of it on the coaching staff. We trust the coaching staff a lot. They put us in great situations, great spots to score and to put the ball in the hole. So it's a combination of us learning the game and listening to the coach.
Damien, you've been in the league, so you're not totally unfamiliar to this building and the fan base and the support that they give you. But I thought tonight it was clear. We mentioned it multiple times, whether effort plays on defense, whatever the case may be, the fans got behind you. They really supported you guys. They lifted you up, and they rewarded it. But my point is that I know it got off to not the best of starts, and everybody agrees with that, and Coach Nagy did a moment ago. But what it means to you, for you guys to now show the type of effort and what it means for these fans to come out here to these games and what it does for you guys as players.
I would say that us as a team, before we may have been a little naive. We all knew most people haven't been in the Valley. So we may have been a little naive in that sense, but as time went on and us going through our trials and tribulations, like we understood that the community is really behind us. Like, it doesn't matter win, lose, or draw, the community is really, really behind us. Like at Missouri State, we talked to Chris Carr, one of our alums, and he just repeated and reinstated that we are a good team. And we have the fans behind us, and I really, truly appreciate our fans. I'm so thankful. It's like a breath of fresh air, like a breath of fresh air in a sense, because I ain't really experienced this at Missouri State, and I'm just like, I'm loving it now, having the crowd hype, us playing, us going down, Moose scoring 10 in a row, you know what I mean? So it's a blessing for all of us, and I'm just happy we all get to see the fans come out, show love, and us be able to produce the product they want to see.
Well, I know we said it off the air, but there was energy in the building tonight. I'm telling you what, Damien Mayo, there's going to be a lot of energy in this place come Wednesday, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Can't wait.
But you guys are definitely, no question, doing that. Before we let you go, I know we kind of mentioned on the air about your elbow. You said you're all good. Kind of just take us through what happened in that situation.
Reconfirm with those that big crowd coming Wednesday.
Yeah,
you're good.
I know. I'm good. I really feel sorry. I didn't. It wasn't on purpose. He just ran into my funny bone. I apologize. I feel bad. Hopefully he's all right. He just hit his head, but nothing major, nothing lethal. Just a little funny bone incident. That's it. I'm good.
Congratulations.
I really
Damien.
appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
Thank y'all.
Thanks, Damien. That was Damien Mayo, one of our Marion Toyota players of the game. Kennard Davis is the other, and Kennard, 24 points. He scored the first 10 points in the second half. Kennard was outstanding tonight in so many ways, and a big part why Coach Watson Southern wins this game 73-49.
Oh, man, he's, when you've got 3 scores now, I mean,
yeah.
Guys that when you can count on dudes that get you buckets, that is really impressive.
I'm telling you right now, you got to win more games by this margin because apparently you get some brownies after the game.
We got some great cookies. But,
yeah, we did get some pretty good cookies.
We also didn't have 24 either.
No, I think the guy who scores 24 points, no question, deserves that. Kennard Davis joins us here postgame. Kennard, just congratulations.
Thank you.
Now you've been able to do this 3 games in a row. You guys have been able to stack it up. I asked this to Damien. I'll ask it to you. What is it about what you guys are doing day-to-day that's now carrying on? It just doesn't happen on game day, Kennard. What is it about day-to-day from practices, your workouts, from your off days, to what you guys are doing to maximizing the time to have gotten this thing turned?
I feel like, we're just coming together as a group, for us, like off the court, we're talking about basketball, we're trying to win games. And, yeah, I feel like we're just coming together, colliding as a group.
Kennard, can you just describe the difference of emotions? I think it's obvious, but I want our fans to hear the difference for you as a player when you sat here between me and Coach Watson after that Evansville game, and just how we all felt in that moment, but especially you guys as players to now. Can you just take through what the emotions are like just for you as a player to go from a severe low to now obviously one of your highs on the year?
Yeah, it was, sad and, kind of depressing, losing. But as of right now, it's a good feeling, great feeling, to have all the fans, cheering you on, happy for you. We were able to give them a show, yeah.
You beat a very good team today. You do know that, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes we take that for granted. 18 days ago, we had that hard conversation here, and I didn't like saying the truth, and you didn't like answering the truth. But we both did, and congratulations to you for that and for this effort today. What has changed with this bunch? I mean, I know you talked about you guys have come together as a team, but specifically on the defensive end, how hard has it been for you? You're on your second system, okay? There's other guys here on their second coaching staff as well, but how hard is it to be a part of a new system, and then that system changes midstream? How hard has it been for you specifically, especially defensively?
I don't feel like it was really hard to adjust. Coach Nagy's style is defense. High school I played, it was a defensive group. Last year a defensive group. So still some of the same things, but it's been a good journey. Coach Nagy, he believes in us a lot. Yeah.
Do you feel like on the offensive end, you and specifically Hensley and Deba, do you feel like you guys are starting to find your spots, like you're finding the holes that are there?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, we're finding the rhythm, finding one another. We just playing off each other, really, yeah.
Kennard, you have had to shift into a role that not necessarily has been consistently where you've been in terms of running the point at times a lot for the offense. I asked Coach Watson this week of how different or a challenge that can be for someone like yourself. I want you to answer it. What has been a challenge of it, but what have you embraced about it as well that has pushed you as a player, especially on the offensive side?
It has been a challenge, having to know the 1 through 4 spots on the offensive end, having smaller guards, picking at you, while you handling it. But, yeah, it's been good, though, been working on my handles, just give me something to work towards, reach my ceiling, yeah.
How much have you grown offensively since you've had to be put in this role? As you said, there's just ways, Kennard, that whether it's how you're defended, guys coming at you, that it's just not, it hasn't been normal for you, but it has here over the last week. Where does that push you to really improve in terms of your development?
Oh, yeah, I've been taking notes from Sheridan, and Drew. They've been running the one beginning of the year. Just Sheridan's been giving me good knowledge, the what nots, yeah, I'm just trying to get better day by day.
How does Damien Mayo, and this was kind of a similar question of the summer where he was kind of a clear voice, clear leader for you guys, but man, it's been different for him, Kennard, over the last 2 weeks. How has his effort defensively and in so many different ways for this team been infectious for everybody else, and how it's impacted everybody else on this team?
Oh, yeah, Mayo is a big energy guy. His energy is contagious. Like he'll get a defensive stop and he'll scream like he dunked it. So like yeah, that's like, oh yeah. So it's a good game. But Mayo's he's been growing. A lot on the offensive end too. Yeah.
What's it say about this team when Hensley and Deba were out for a good portion of the second half, about halfway through, and you increase the lead? And as you know, Kennard, that's a team that can put up runs very quickly, and yet when Jarrett and Ollie were out, you guys still found a way to increase your lead.
You know, that just shows how deep we are. You know, we're taking pride in defense. You know, yeah.
Kennard, you've been around here now 2 years. You understand what this fan base, in terms of the expectations and getting behind you. For our fans that are listening to you now, what has it meant to you as one of these players that have seen them stay through? And at time tonight, when you guys make those effort plays, when you make those little plays that happen and add up to be big, man, they get behind you and support you guys and give this place a lot of juice.
Oh, yeah, it means a lot, you know. I love being in here, you know. It's a lot of love. Everyone has open arms, you know. It feels like home, you know. Yeah.
Kennard, congratulations.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Nice game,
Once
partner.
again, that was Kennard Davis Jr., our Marion Toyota, one of the Marion Toyota players of the game, where you always get our best price right up front. Marion Toyota, best price, best place, a better way to buy a car.